lovely. Thank you, Captain. Cheers, Jer. Hello, it's Monday. Monday, 8th of October, 2018, and live till 5. It's The Big Show. Steve Wright in the afternoon. Hello.
Right in the afternoon, now playing everywhere.
This is where the bottle lands, where all the biggest questions meet, with little feet stood in the sand. And this is where the echoes slow to nothing on the tide, and where a tiny pair of hands finds a sea-warm piece of glass and sets it as a sapphire in her mind. And there she stands, rolling both her arms around the world. A world that doesn't even know how much it needs this little girl. It's all gonna be magnificent, she says. It's all gonna be magnificent. This is where it all began, to light your mother's cigarettes, meant I got to touch her hand, and my heart, there defrosted in a game, wasn't built to beat that way. Suddenly I understand. There on the sand, throwing both her arms around the world. A world that doesn't even know how much it needs this little girl. It's all gonna be
Magnificent. Lovely song, that. Magnificent, she says. It's Elbow. Well, I hope you had a nice weekend. We'll do the hands up in a second. If you want to make contact with the programme this afternoon, we'd love to hear from you as usual. You can email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. You can text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Hands up for Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor. Awesome. In case you didn't see it, not going to tell you anything. She travels through time, that's all I can tell you. Magnificent. Hands up for Monday biscuits at 3 p.m. later. Digestive, let's see, Gary Baldy, bourbon, something like that. Bourbon. Yeah. I'm going for digestives myself.
BBC Radio 2.
Hands up for £16 only for a mop. It's a bargain, isn't it? Could have got it cheaper, really? And hands Hands up for Lee Ryan then. Oh my goodness. No, come on, good effort though.
Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. The sun ain't changed in the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. We're south of the equator, navigator. Gotta hit the road, gotta hit the road. Deep sea diving round the clock, bikini bottoms, lager tops. I could get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. We got two in the front, two in the back, sailing along and we don't look back. By in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone.
Like we used to. I love that. George Ezra and Shotgun. Heavy rain across western Scotland and patchy drizzle in Northern Ireland. Dry but overcast for the rest of the UK with some sunny spells in the far southeast. High of 16 in Cambridge today. Tonight, strong winds and more heavy rain for western Scotland. Elsewhere, dry and cloudy with some patchy fog. Tomorrow, Tuesday, another very wet day across western Scotland with the rain easing by tomorrow night. Dry for the rest of the UK with plenty of sunshine in Wales and central and southern England. That's for tomorrow's.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. It's Steve Wright.
Yeah, we know that.
In the afternoon.
I also, by the way, have a weather warning issued by the Met Office. Yellow warning for rain across western Scotland from now until 11 p.m. tomorrow. Throughout the day and tomorrow, 40 to 60 millimetres of rain is expected with 100 to 150 millimetres over higher ground. Spray and flooding on roads will make journey times longer. Bus and train services could be affected with journey times taking longer, and a few homes and businesses could be flooded. Very sorry about that.
Can be. No one knows her name, she's just a mystery.
tonight in Glasgow is 6:35. In Belfast it's 6:43. In Cardiff 6:35. And in London 6:23. And the clocks go back October 28th. That's in fact a Saturday into Sunday, which is the 28th. Going back 1 hour to Greenwich Mean Time. And in the meantime...
Steve, sorry to interrupt. It's your friend Jeremy Vine here.
Yeah.
Have you been illegally using my Netflix?
No.
Sorry, it wasn't you. No, it was me. I just forgot my name.
Pieces of news about 40% of young adults cannot afford to buy one of the cheapest homes in their area, even with a 10% deposit, according to new research out today. Elon Musk's SpaceX company has successfully launched a satellite into space from California, wowing social media users in the process and everybody else. And Taylor Swift has spoken out politically for the first time publicly, endorsing 2 Democrats for the upcoming US midterm elections. Now you're up to date.
Saturday nights on Radio 2 are all about the party.
And last weekend we took to the road as the All-Star Party returned.
Make some noise, Bridlington!
We came out to have an all-star party, right?
We were live in Bridlington with a spectacular lineup.
Featuring Clean Bandit,
Incognito,
Lamar,
Kid Creole and his Coconuts,
plus the Fantasy Funk Band
with Gabrielle,
Jackie Graham
and John Sorrell.
Radio 2's All-Star Party.
When we throw a party, we throw a party.
Thank you so much.
Available to hear now by downloading the BBC iPlayer radio
I
app.
love it.
If you want to contact Steve Wright in the afternoon, email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk, text 88291, or tweet at BBC Radio 2.
Dancing with your silhouette in the places that we've been. Ooh, trying to find you in the moon. Paris never feels the same when the streets all call your name. Ooh, so I hide in crowded rooms, and I'll follow right down the river where the ocean meets the sky. To you. Once upon a time we had it all. Somewhere down the line we went and lost it. One brick at a time we watched it fall. I'm broken here tonight, I'm dying, and no one else can fix me. Only you, only you. Oh, no one else can fix me. Only you, only you, only you. Oh, no one else can fix me. Only you. Only you.
make me very happy and feel better. I've got a nasty virus in my head full of yucky stuff. That's too much information. You play some great tunes. Thank you from Patricia Webster in Sheffield. I hope you get well soon. A lot of people got that thing. Steve, can you say big thanks to Hev and Dan for a great weekend in Edinburgh, trying to get them to York for their train to Kent by 3. Just be careful. Love Sarah and Stuart. Loving the show. Steve. Afternoon, Steve. We're on our way home from the last ever Hemsby Rock and Roll weekend of 30 years. End of an era. Nicky and Robin Tees. Give us a shout out. You got it. Later on Radio 2, Joe and Simon, Laura Ricciardi and Moira Demos, the documentary filmmakers behind Netflix true crime series Making a Murderer, talk to Joe and Simon about the upcoming second series. Kerris Matthews Blues Show at 8, Jules Holland at 9, Sarah Cox at 10, OJ Borge at 12. And on today's programme, well, it's busy. Al Murray, comedian, asking, why does everybody hate the English? Plus, he's got a new stand-up to tell you about. Janet Ellis, former Blue Pizza presenter, with the craft book, Here's One I Made Earlier. Of course. Steve Perry, lead singer from Journey, with his first solo album in nearly 25 years called Traces. Power ballad guy, don't stop believing, who's crying now? Then Tim Smith, Bobby Pryor, Adam the Captain Porter, Shojo Saka with the sport and the oldies. Chosen by Gemma Melwish from Devon. Vision, Imagination. This is Radio 2, look. Can you give a shout out to Jan and Chris and Erin and Brenna on our way from Perth to a wet and windy holiday in Blackpool? I'll be fine. Steve and team, can you give my husband Ben Woodcraft a shout out for driving us back from Scotland after visiting the in-laws? Looking forward to seeing Mac the Border Collie when we get home in Cambridge. From Alexandra Woodcraft. That's a great name, isn't it? Steve Wright here. Oh, another Steve Wright. Can you say hi to my amazing wife, Holly? She's at home holding the fort whilst I'm on the little lads trip with me mates Matt and Wayne. Love to their other halves, Becky and Deanna too. Great show. Thank you. Steve Wright in Huntington in Cambridgeshire.
Hi. What? Look, Taekwondo Vine. Hi, don't forget to make contact. It's this car is electric and gas. Oh, a hybrid. Do we get two bills just like two ducks, two bills and a platypus.co.uk? Now, for the new series of Apprentice, it's You're Fired. For Doctor Who, it's There She Is in the TARDIS. Yes, that's me. Shut up.
Baby, 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 don't leave me. Ooh, please don't leave me all by myself. I've got this burning, burning, yearning feeling inside me. Ooh, deep inside me, and it hurts so bad. You came into my heart.
The Supremes and Where Did Our Love Go on Steve Wright in the afternoon. Noel Rogers, Chic, Craig David, Sober on 2.
Steph Dunn is a bad chick.
Friday night, yeah, the weekend's here, and I know your normal routine, baby. You ain't got no fear, but it's okay because you're living so good. Yeah, it feels so right. But when that liquor's in our system, baby, we on a different rhythm all day. And when you're dancing to the music, I know that you're gonna lose it all, baby. She only loves me when she's sober. She only loves me. She only loves me when she's sober. Whoa, I'm trying to get a little closer, but you're pushing me away. I hate to stand and look at you as you go on your way, but it's okay, baby, it's all good,
London. Step up, Steph Dunn is a bad chick. Who want it? You don't really want it, cause I keep on coming, keep on coming, keep on running. And now step up, Steph Dunn, wet up the place, get mad, get wicked and wild up. Run up, run up. Every time I come run, I run up.
She only loves me when she's sober. She only loves me. She only loves me when she's sober.
Tell her.
She only loves me when she's sober. Only when she's sober. Oh yeah. She only loves me when
Oi!
she's sober.
How cool is that?
Tell her.
Oh, yeah, we love that.
88 to 91 FM.
Now it's 27 to 3.
BBC
I'd like to bring on my friend and colleague Tim Smith now. We'd like to take a look at some factoids. Yes, we would. What you got?
Technically, we're all made of stardust. You didn't know that, did you? Recent researchers found that humans and the galaxy share 97% of the same kind of stardust and atoms.
Blokes, when you choose your online dating picture, make sure you keep your shirt on. Men who post shirtless selfies on their online dating profiles receive fewer messages. Instead, have a friend snap a photo of you on the outside in the street, something like that, with clothes on.
Just looking casual.
Yeah.
Your hair casual as well?
All of that.
High-level clouds start at 20,000 feet and are made up of ice crystals, whereas clouds lower down, they're not high-level clouds technically, and they're made up of water droplets.
Oh, that's fascinating. The average person will laugh. No, it is. Because I was listening to a thing last night on the World Service about these people that go into those clouds in search of a hurricane.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen that on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It is brilliant and scary as well. I mean, you know, you don't want to go into one of those things on a plane unless you know what you're doing, do you?
No, but it was very entertaining and very interesting and very educative. The average person will laugh 481,760 times during his or her lifetime.
Factoids.
Go! Music, please.
This is Radio 2's Sounds of the 80s.
With Gary Davis.
The finest mix of classics and gems.
Sounds of the 80s with Gary Davis.
Listen this Friday night from 10.
Song opening.
When we first met, I didn't know for sure we'd be connected. Anything we wanted more and more. Then given time, given so much time, we had to break through. You stole my heart. I'll always love you, yeah. 'Cause it's a once in a lifetime thing. Some people keep on searching but won't find it. You got under my skin, and I'll never get back. No, no.
that nice? That's Under My Skin. It's Gabrielle. You're listening to Radio 2, look. Email steve.wright@bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Can you give a mention to John and Emma? We're travelling to Italy for a week. Thank you from Karen from Paisley. Steve, we're going to ask John Bracken, the builder, to stop singing, please. John, stop singing, would you? He's doing my head in. That's from Jay. He's doing my head in, isn't he? You're doing my head in, mate. Looking at some news and the surveys and bits and bobs of the day, Facebook's UK tax bill triples to 15.7 million. Facebook paid 15.7 million in tax in the UK last year, which is triple the amount it paid in the previous year. Britain would be welcomed into the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal with open arms after it leaves the EU, Japan's Prime Minister has said. And a climate report, that big climate report, it's the final call, say scientists, the most extensive warning yet on the risks of rising global temperatures. Their dramatic report on keeping the rise under 1.5 degrees Celsius states that the world is now completely off track, heading instead toward 3. Staying below 1.5 C will require rapid, far-reaching and unprecedented changes in all aspects of society. It will be hugely expensive, the report says, but the window of opportunity is not yet closed. It's the start of Libraries Week today. It's also Liverpool Fashion Week, National Braille Week, Back Care Awareness Week, British Egg Week, Wool Week, National Children's Activity Week and Rail Week, celebrating career opportunities across the rail sector. In America, it's Columbus Day, celebrating Columbus's discovery of the Americas, 1492. It's also US National Kick Butt Day. To eliminate whatever it is you've set a goal to do. Oh, okay, that's good then. The SNP conference continues in Glasgow. Redline Book Festival, Dublin, and the UK Fruit and Veg Awards are in Coventry. Happy birthday, Bruno Mars.
My father was a percussionist, but my dad put this show together in Hawaii. It was like a Las Vegas
Is that with Bruno Mars?
50s rock and roll review. In Waikiki, you can come, and my favorite part of the show was the Elvis segment, where my uncle would impersonate Elvis.
Brilliant.
Great. So one night I was like, you got to get me up there, like put me in, coach, and my uncle pulled me up on stage, and after that, it was it. I knew it. I said, I got to be wearing an Elvis suit for the rest of my life.
So you did Elvis?
Yeah, so I started doing it when I was like 4 years old.
Great. And also Matt Damon.
In fact, my wife is, we're in London for just a day, and she's like scrambling her way out to Downton Abbey to the set just so she can see it. She just wants to see the house.
Oh, great. Now, what will you be doing next? What's your next project?
I'm not working. We just moved.
There's our old friend Matt Damien. Well, did you see it? Did you see it?
Did you see it? I did see it, and I was very impressed. I thought it was fabulous, fantastic. I love the fact that she's quirky, she's a little bit scatty, she's quite bossy as well, and somewhat sarcastic at times.
How many stars out of 5 are you giving, Jodie?
At the very least, 5.5.
Ah, great. The 13th Doctor has landed, or rather crash-landed through a train roof, fully introducing Jodie Whittaker as the first female Time Lord. After her first episode, the consensus among fans on social media seemed to be that she is right for the part. Comments ranged from a breath of fresh air to this is everything the show is ever meant to be, and Jodie had nailed it in first attempt. With Jodie Whittaker taking over from Peter Capaldi, the show has moved to Sundays, and I like the slot as well.
Yeah.
Sunday night is great.
Yeah, it works quite well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was behind the armchair at one point, though. Can't say too much. No. Don't. Yeah, exactly. The creature with the face and then the other face.
Was he burning or freezing?
I don't know.
We weren't allowed to say, are we?
What was he doing to the other people? You know, was he burning them or was he freezing them?
I'm not really sure, but he'll get his eventually.
Yeah. He played havoc in that lock-up garage, though, didn't he?
Yeah. Where was that lock-up?
I think it was Sheffield.
Really?
Yeah.
I did see the trailer after. They're going to somewhere really exotic next, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's some right old stars appearing in there and later in the series. Great stuff.
Okay, you're on the big show. We've got Al Murray with us later, comedian, and then we've got Janet Ellis, former Blue Peter presenter, and Steve Perry, lead singer from Journey.
Know that you love me, though I'm young and stupid. I am wild and ruthless. You're better off without me. I am more than selfish. I am tired, I'm helpless. If I had the time of day, I might give all my days to you. It's not always easy being a family speechless. I am lost and shameless. But don't go forgetting me. I don't like most people, but I'm scared, not evil. Every day has its challenges. I just never know what day it is. It's not always easy being a family man. Baby, don't leave me. I'm just doing what I can to get by.
We like that. Lily Allen and Family Man. It's 2:45 at Radio 2. Jules Holland tonight at 9 o'clock. New jazz star Hayley Tuck is Jules' guest, singing live with the band and playing some of their favourite tunes. Sarah Cox, of course, at 10 o'clock. Now, here's Bobby Pryor. What's happening, Bobby?
Steve, thank you. First of all, to the M62 on the eastbound side at junction 10 for the Croft interchange. We've got a breakdown. So eastbound, one lane is shut, but you can get past it. It's a little bit slow on the approach for about a mile. Problems for the M6 heading northbound, 6 to 7. We've got one lane shut with a broken down vehicle past Spaghetti Junction. Southbound, it's also queuing from Spaghetti at junction 6 because of a problem southbound at 4A. They've closed the exit slit road because of an incident at 4A, so you can't get off there. So that's causing queues with all the confusion and the congestion. Problems for the M1 northbound, 24 in the roadworks up at East Midlands Airport. We've got a broken down lorry, so one lane is shut. So that's adding to the queues. Also on the M1, but down at the bottom, northbound at 4 for Edgware to 5 at Watford. They are holding the traffic. If you're in that rolling roadblock, just be aware it won't be long. They're moving a ladder off the carriageway, but it is slow for a couple of miles. Shouldn't be there long though, hopefully. Problems if you're onto the M25. Now it's slow a little bit already between 13 Staines and 16 for the M40. Across the top we had queuing from 22 to 24. It's still a little bit heavy following that earlier incident, but anti-clockwise 13 to 11 is busy. But down at junction 9 to 8 down at Reigate, we've got a breakdown. It's a broken down lorry. Inside lane is closed for safety, so just be aware that's starting to slow traffic through there. So very, very heavy indeed. And then problems for the A39 in Penryn. It was partially blocked with this accident between the A393 and the Norway Inn. That has almost completely been cleared out of the way. And finally, M4 eastbound at 36 for Bridge End. There's a broken down lorry on the exit slit road. You can get past it to the services, but it is slow. Back with more, 40 minutes.
Thank you.
Darling, I had to write to say that I won't be home anymore. For something happened to me while I was driving home, and I'm not the same anymore. Oh, I was only 24 hours from Tulsa, only one day away from your arms. I saw a welcoming light and stopped to rest for the night, and that is when I saw her as I pulled in outside of the small motel. She was there, and so I walked up to her, asked where I could get something to eat, and she showed me where. Oh, I was only 24 hours from Tulsa, only one day away from your arms. She away from your arms. The jukebox started to play, and nighttime turned into day as we were dancing closely. All of a sudden I lost control as I held her charms, and I caressed her, kissed her, told her I'd die before I would let her out of my arms. Oh, I was only 24 hours from Tulsa, only one day away from your arms. I hate to do this to you, but I love somebody new. What can I do when I can never go home again?
Talking about Doctor Who, we've got the ratings in from last night's programme. It's 8.2 millions. That's the overnights. It will be more once they factor in all the watch again and all of that stuff.
That's brilliant going, though.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it really is.
And then you've got to Strictly On after that. So what a night on BBC on Sunday nights.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying The Cry as well, the thriller at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
good. But don't say any more.
No. Can't say anything about anything these days, can we? Any TV show or movie, we have to stick to their personal lives now, don't we?
I think we should start doing what they do on the news when they do the football results, which I still do on Saturday night.
Oh, look away.
Now's the time you should leave the room if you're going to watch Match of the Day. These are the results, yeah.
Let's do the guests for this week. Al Murray, Janet Ellis, Steve Perry today. Harry Connick Jr. tomorrow. Actor and singer. Adrian Lester, starring on stage in Guys and Dolls. And Scarlett Curtis, writer and journalist. Also Wednesday, Leanne Moriarty, best-selling author on Wednesday. And Henry Thomas. Unbelievably, you know who Henry Thomas is?
I do, yeah. It is unbelievable because he's now a fully grown man, but he was the little boy in E.T.
Ouch.
Elliot.
He was Elliot in E.T. He's now all grown up, obviously.
Yes, he is.
And he's doing a few other gigs. Ryan Gosling and Claire Foy on Thursday, the stars of First Man. Also, Louisa Omulan, comedian on tour with a new show, and Dr. Liz O'Riordan, co-author of The Complete Guide to Breast Cancer. And Friday, Ramesh Ranganathan with his new autobiography, and of course, Serious Jockin on Friday. Also in the news today, UK economy is stuck in a rut, says Business Body. The UK economy is stuck in a rut because of uncertainty over Brexit and weaker confidence, according to a group representing British business. And a survey by the British Chambers of Commerce found that. Also, shares in struggling fashion chain French Connection have risen 25% to 55p after it said it may be up for sale. And what you got over there, Tim?
How much fish do you eat a week, would you say?
Not very much, to be honest with you. I don't have a lot of either raw fish or cooked fish. Mainly, if I do have it, it's cod.
It's quite strange, that, because I love fish. I love seafood, but I don't eat enough either.
No.
Apparently, none of us do. 2/3 of Britons are not eating the recommended 2 portions of fish a week. Who knew there was a recommended portion amount of fish? I didn't know that. Nope. 74% of us don't know how much we should be eating, and 68% said they were not having enough anyway. 55% would like to eat more, despite the fact that you can get around 100 different species of fish in supermarkets or restaurants or whatever. We tend to stick to the same old fish: tuna, salmon, cod and haddock.
What about coley?
I don't mind a bit of coley, but my favourite is mackerel. I'll cook you some mackerel one day. I'll do a very nice grilled mackerel.
Quite like shrimp.
Yeah, I love all kinds of shellfish, actually. Cockles, mussels, all of that.
You've always been very shellfish. Today, 1973, this radio station came on the air for the first time, heralding commercial radio in the United Kingdom. What was it, Tim?
It's one or the other. Capital Radio.
No.
LBC.
Yes, LBC. The first legal commercial radio station in Britain opens LBC on the air in 1973 this day. In 1957, Jerry Lee Lewis records Great Balls of Fire at the Sun Studios in Memphis. Also, let's have a look. This day, 1965, Britain's tallest building to date, back then, opens, offering a restaurant and viewing galleries.
That's got to be the BT Tower then, or as it was known then, the Post Office Tower.
Post Office Tower, we can see it from
We
here.
can, yeah.
Yeah. Every morning and afternoon, it's lovely because it says, Good morning, London, or good afternoon, London.
Oh, yeah, and it goes around, of course. You could put your own message on there.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a happy birthday for you one of these
Well,
days.
I'll put hello, Tim on there, but I think it costs.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
It might cost you too much to do that.
We can actually see it from here.
I still think it's an iconic building. I think it's a fantastic building. And they've never really produced or built anything similar to that, have they, since?
Honestly and truly, I don't know what's in there. I know there are offices in there. They took some of the satellite dishes off.
And aerials. There's still aerials up there.
Still aerials, yeah.
And I think there's a lot of wires in there.
You know what they used to do in the telecom tower? They used to do the switching for news at 10. So ITV would switch to ITN, and the switching used to be up there. That's why in the old days, in the 70s and 80s, you used to get a thing, like a little kind of bit of interference before news at 10. So go...
And that was the switching?
Yeah, this is ITV or whatever, and then it goes...
Well, clearly there was something wrong with the wires then, because you shouldn't have had should you?
Well, there's a bloke up there with a switch.
Yeah, but I thought there were...
in a brown coat.
Oh, that was for telephone lines, not for TV channels.
Yeah, they did that. All of that up there, yeah.
Right.
He has no idea what he's talking about. Al Murray, Janet Ellis, Steve Perry on the show later.
Well, it's been building up inside of me for, I don't know how long. I don't know why, but I keep thinking something's bound to go wrong. But she looks in my eyes and makes me realize when she says, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby. Everything will turn out alright. Don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby. I guess I should have kept my mouth shut when I started to brag about my car. But I can't back down now because I pushed the other guys too far. She makes me come alive and makes me wanna cry when she says, don't worry, baby, don't worry, everything will turn out alright. Don't worry, baby, don't worry, baby. She told me, baby, when you raise the dead, just take a run, my love with you. And if you knew how much I love you, baby, nothing could go wrong with you. Oh, what she does to me when she makes love to me and she says, don't worry, baby.
Beach Boys, Don't Worry, Baby. Shout out, please, to hubby Paul in Southsea, currently looking after our 13-week-old pup, Albie. Thanks, Steve and team. Our pleasure. Can you ask Big Davey, all right, Big Davey, from Ellsworth, to keep it down as he keeps talking over your show? That's all right. That's okay. Thanks from the guys at Goods Out. Steve, loving your show. Just returning home on the M6 back to Yorkshire after spending a week in New Orleans. Who knew the M6 went to New Orleans? Would you say thank you to my partner Stuart for a wonderful holiday and say I love him? That's love from Carol.
Ollie Murs, Big Snoop Dogg.
Is that you, Snoop?
You know we about to make moves. You dig? I walk in the club like $1,000,000. First I hit the bar for a couple of shots. Wink at the beautiful women, I think I'm making them blush. Then I spill my drink, tryna cover it up. Got the dad dance moves, staying ready for them. Got the bad man groove, go steady on them. Hey, senorita in a beautiful dress. Do ya wanna dance? She's telling me yes. I got confidence in myself, but that's just tequila giving me help. Tryna cover it up so you never tell. I feel like dancing with you. It's your moves, baby, 'cause I can't dance in the way that you do. But I got that love that you ain't used to. Hey, and when the DJ's spinning that song that we grew to, oh my, come and teach me how to dance. Slow down. The DJ play that track. Checking my kung fu kicks like I'm under attack. I wave my arms like this from front to back. But you never seen a bad mother dance like that. Then you beckon me in with a kiss on the lips. Jump into the middle, come and wiggle your hips. My love, take my hand, I'll give you a spin. Step one, step twice, let the party begin. I got confidence in myself, but that's just tequila giving me help. Trying to cover it up so you never tell. I feel like dancing with you. It's your moves, honey, 'cause I can't dance in the way that you do. Yeah. But I got that love that you ain't used to. Hey. And when the DJ's spinning that song that we groove to, oh my, come and teach me how to dance.
Dance to the rhythm of the D.O. G and the thug. Watch how I be in the club. Looking, staring, daring, comparing. In my book they say sharing is caring. So give me your taste and make your hips just dip to the bass. And watch me run the line.
Ollie Murs.
See what I come to find.
Snoop Dogg. We like that. When we come back after the 3 o'clock news, today's non-stop oldies chosen by Gemma Melwish from Devon.
BBC News at 3 o'clock. This is Adam Porter. The inquest into the Westminster terror attacks has heard that the acting commissioner of the Metropolitan Police was locked in his car as an unarmed officer was stabbed to death nearby. The attacker, Khalid Massoud, drove a van at pedestrians before killing PC Keith Palmer outside Parliament. Our correspondent at the Old Bailey, Helena Lee, heard Sir Craig Mackey give evidence.
He said because they had no protection in the car, they didn't have a radio, they decided to lock the car. They sat in that car and they witnessed PC Palmer being stabbed by Khalid Massoud.
A major report for the United Nations says there must be unprecedented changes to how people live if catastrophic shifts in the climate are to be avoided. It says huge investment in renewable energies is needed, as well as changes to energy consumption, travel and what food is consumed. A woman has been telling the inquiry into the Grenfell Tower block blaze how there had been problems with the windows of her flat before the fire. Nadia Jaffrey said that as the flames spread, the windows smashed and the frames began burning. Earlier, the inquiry has heard that expert evidence that the window frames had been combustible and allowed the fire to spread. A Spanish woman says she'll appeal against a court ruling which found a man guilty of stealing babies and selling them to childless couples in the Franco era, but allowed him to walk free because of a technicality. Prosecutors believe Dr. Eduardo Vela, who's 85, was responsible for trafficking hundreds of children. Mike Sanders has more details.
Eduardo Vela is accused of taking newborn infants from couples who have had left-wing views and giving those babies, or selling them even, to couples who were considered politically more acceptable to the right-wing dictatorship. Now, he's been acquitted only in the sense that the court decided that the main complainant in this case, Ines Madrigal, had brought her case too late.
A 19-year-old man has been charged with attempted murder after 4 police officers were attacked in Islington in North London on Saturday night. Alex Trykov from Red Hill is due to appear at Highbury Magistrates Court this afternoon. The Department for Education has been criticised by the UK Statistics Authority, which said there were significant concerns about the reliability of figures for school funding and pupil achievement in England. This follows a BBC investigation, as Sean Coughlin explains.
The Statistics Watchdog has written to the Department for Education, criticising it for misrepresenting and exaggerating how much is being spent on England's schools. The Watchdog has told the department to stop making claims about high levels of school funding, after it was shown that previous statements included unrelated spending, such as tuition fees. It also accuses the department of making incorrect claims about how well pupils were performing in international tests. If there are no improvements in the quality of information, the Statistics Authority says the Department for Education could lose its right to produce officially recognised national figures. The department says it will respond in due course.
BBC News at 3:03, our next at 4.
Thank you, Captain. I got the oldies now.
88 to 91 FM. BBC Radio 2. Steve Wright in the afternoon.
Now, the non-stop oldies brought to you daily by Steve Wright in the afternoon.
So good. Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. On the non-stop oldies, chosen by Gemma Meluish from Devon. And what about Kenny Rogers and Dolly?
When I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart. Something going on. Tender love is blind. It requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one
Chosen by Gemma Meluish from Devon. Steve, I'm a 35-year-old mum to Max, who's 4, Toby, who's 3, and our dog Willow. I'm an accountant by profession, and I love to be outside with my boys and my dog in my spare time. Since Max started school, I like to get the mums together for all social occasions and for a glass of fizz. Nothing wrong with that. I also recently completed a muddy 5K in aid of cancer research and raised £200. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. It was great fun and made me realise that I need to jog a lot more. My early music tastes were inspired by my dad's record collection. We used to do roly-polies to Wham and Wake Me Up Before You Go-Go when I was a kid in our front room. Okay, I've got that for you next. My husband groans at my ever-growing music collection, but I hope my kids remember some great tunes one day, just like I do from my dad. These are just a few of my favourites. I hope you like them and that they get the nation's toes tapping. Jitterbug. Tapping already. Jitterbug. Jitterbug. Jitterbug.
You put the boom boom into my heart. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts. A jitterbug into my brain. It goes to bang, bang, bang till my feet do the same. But something's bugging, something ain't right. My best friend told me
Also, we've got Janet Ellis coming on, former Blue Peter presenter. The book, by the way, is fantastic. It's just great. It tells you how to make all the stuff. It's a craft book, and it's called Here's One I Made Earlier, and the stuff that they've made in Blue Peter over the years. And that's something like 50-odd years. Al Murray later, a comedian, of course, and Steve Perry, lead singer from Journey. And these being the non-stop oldies, chosen by Gemma Meluish from Devon. What a brilliant, uplifting song. It's Michelle Gale and Sweetness. Coming up on 3:20 on the non-stop oldies from Radio 2.
It's pioneering, it's witty, irreverent, insightful. It's all about the groove, the rhythm, and the poetry. Welcome to the Blues Show. The Keris Matthews Blues Show.
Play that for Barbara Rhodes. She's called her 82-year-old mum up in Scotland to tell her about the show. She loves blues and boogie woogie and is a huge Tom Jones fan.
I got a feeling called the blues.
What's it feel like? Because some of us are not blessed with a voice like yours, Tom.
It's a tremendous feeling. You know, you can express yourself.
The Keris Matthews Blues Show.
It's just such a pleasure to come here and share some of the best recordings, in my opinion, ever made.
Tonight from 8 on BBC Radio 2.
Thank you, brilliant. It's the oldies. serious jocking on Friday, then you need to sort yourself out in some way. I mean, we played some banging tunes, including tracks from the Fatback Band, Bruno Mars, Culture Beat, DJ Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince, and a hot new remix of Calvin and Sam Smith. Yeah, that's what you missed. To hear it, you need to get downloading it. By the way, with no G. The Serious Jockin' podcast is available for free by going to the BBC iPlayer radio app on your tablet or smartphone right now. Open the app and search for Serious Jockin'. And by the way, that's with no G. Yes, those were the non-stop oldies. Thank you very much for them. An A badge on its way. It's coming up on 3:29 in the news. Tesco is removing best before dates from another 116 fruit and veg products. in a move the supermarket says will help consumers cut food waste. In May, the UK's biggest grocer successfully trialled removing labels from 70 pre-packaged fresh food lines. Big issues remain to be resolved before the Brexit deal is possible. Downing Street has insisted again today. And the Hubble Space Telescope is operating with only essential functions after it lost one of its 3 gyroscopes needed to point the spacecraft. Oh, that's very bad news. Coming up to 3:30, here's Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, M62 on the eastbound side. Junction 10 for the M6, Junction 21A Croft interchange. You've got a breakdown. Still there, still one lane is shut. Traffic's coping reasonably well. It's slow on the approach, but it's not too bad. M6 heading north, 12 to 13 up to Stafford South. We've got a breakdown. Now, I've just got news on this. I'm waiting for more information on what's broken down, but one lane is still closed. M6 heading north, 6 to 7 up past Spaghetti Junction. We've got another broken down vehicle, so one lane is shut. Southbound, it's still busy from 6 down to 4A, where they close the exit Slit Road at 4A following an incident. It is open now, but it's still heavy. A47 in Norfolk between Norwich and Acle, blocked completely. There's an accident between the South Walsham Road and the Wood Bastick Road. So if you're heading through North Birmingham, that's where the closure is, both ways. There's a little local diversion to cope with traffic, but big queues already both ways. Then we've got to the M1. Now, the M1, if you're through the roadworks, junctions 23 to 24, we've got that broken down lorry. So northbound 24 at East Midlands Airport, that's where the roadworks are. So very, very slow still with that lane closure. And the M25 anti-clockwise, 2 problems. First of all, 9 to 8 at Reigate, that broken down transporter lorry still there, one lane is shut. And then in towards the Dartford tunnels, anti-clockwise at 1A for the Swanscombe turn off, there's an accident, so one lane is shut. So if you're heading down towards the tunnels, it is very slow at the moment. And then to the M4 eastbound, broken down lorry at 36 for Bridge End, that is still there, still one lane shut. Thanks for your updates. Another one for you, half an hour.
Thank you, Bobby. Good show as always. Can you say hello to us? We're enjoying a little break in Liverpool and looking forward to seeing a Genesis tribute band at the Royal Philharmonic tonight. That's Kerry and Adrian from Shropshire. Steve, can you say hello to my colleague Andy, who's listening this afternoon at Queen Alexandra Hospital, Portsmouth? Thank you, Steve and team. I know that hospital, a smashing hospital. Good afternoon, Steve. Enjoying the show. Can you please give a shout out to Hayden, Stuart, Joanne, Emma and Madison, who are on the way to the airport? And a big thank you to our driver, Chris. Many thanks. Oh, hello.
When you need to contact me, Jeremy Vine, at The Jeremy Vine Show, it's I'm booked in at the Talk of the Town with Peter Gordino and the great Dickie Henderson and that man that sings Mule Train whilst banging a tray on his head. Showbiz doesn't get better than that. You can put all your Calvin Harrises in a pot and mix them up. You still wouldn't be able to top or even mix Mule Train. Mule Train! What's happened to my voice?
So I haven't had a drink since my last one. No clouds in the sky, but I'm on one. I'm alright. You've been knocking on my door, what you say? I'm on a ride, I'm on a high, I'm on a play day. I'm alright. Oh yeah. wrinkles in my sand. I got a whole section in my bag. You see, baby, there's a skip in my step when I'm walking down the avenue. All because, baby, I love you. And I know it, but I know it now. There's an angel living in my house.
Well, that's new from Macy Gray. Coming on with us soon, it's Janet Ellis, former Blue Peter presenter.
A newspaper launched an appeal for everyone to hand in anything that they found. One man sold his fragment to the British Museum for £139, but I bet he wishes he hadn't, because today those fragments are priceless. And these are some of the actual pieces of rock that fell to Earth that day. On this one, you can see the scorch marks really clearly. Now, imagine how hot it must have been as it entered the Earth's atmosphere, hot enough to actually melt rock. On this one, you can see that it was so hot, it was beginning to turn all the stone into glass.
Wow. And here's one I made earlier.
Joe Wiley and Simon Mayo.
We're here until 8 o'clock.
No, I think we should be on till 10.
Do you really?
Get some pizzas in.
Weekdays from 5.
If you have an outfit and realise too late you need control pants on your belly, what are they?
I don't know. I've never heard of them and I've never worn them.
I wasn't suggesting that you had, to be honest.
They're just really big, tight Bridget Jones pants. All they are, they squeeze it all in, they hold it there. Quite painful to wear.
Just turn your biggest knickers around and wear them backwards, because the bum is always bigger than the front.
That is immaculate advice.
Joe and Simon. Weekdays from 5. BBC Radio.
Parents who complain that they feel like they have no time to themselves anymore may be right. A new survey that explores the daily routines of mums and dads finds the average parent enjoys only about half an hour of free time on a typical day. The survey of 2,000 people looked into everyday lives of the participants and concluded that they only get 32 minutes of time to themselves each day.
Beethoven composed his third or Eroica symphony in honour of Napoleon, whom he very much admired. When Napoleon, however, proclaimed himself emperor and enraged Beethoven, he was enraged was Beethoven. He tore out the dedication to Napoleon and substituted the title to the memory of a great man.
Factoids.
Ellis is with us today. Oh, look, here. Welcome back to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's absolutely our pleasure. The book is called Here's One I Made Earlier. Oh, I wonder what this is about. For a certain generation, the name Janet Ellis, MBE, can only mean one thing: Blue Peter. Janet was a Blue Peter presenter between 1983 and 1987, where she worked alongside Simon Groom, Peter Duncan, Sarah Green, Michael Sundin, Mark Curry and Karen Keating. 2018 marks 60 years of Blue Peter being on the air, and a big part of it over the years has been the makes. Whether it was recipes, making useful things, or building a Tracy Island. Tracy Island. Now, is that the most famous one, do you think, Tracy Island, or not?
I think probably the Advent Crown
the Advent
might
Crown. Okay.
just tip over. The Advent Crown we made every year.
Oh, really?
Every single year, yes. And it made the transition from lit candles in the early days to baubles when Health and Safety got their hands on it. But yeah.
4 coat hangers, bent and glued and...
yeah.
A sketch.
Yes.
4 coat hangers. And I loved it, the way, like, if it was fairy liquid, it would be covered over, and you think, we all know that's fairy liquid. What's the point of doing that?
I know. My favourite was holding up, say, Cindy or Barbie and having to go, a doll like this.
Yeah.
Or Action Man, a doll like this.
Yeah. No, when I used to watch it, they always did that thing, here's one I made earlier, and you think, well, what do you mean? I'm trying to keep up. They started off in real time.
Yes.
And then there's one they made earlier, so that's when I got behind a little bit.
Particularly with the cookery, which weirdly enough I never did. And it was one of the first programmes really to have absolutely no gender differentiation. It never occurred to anybody that the girl should do the cooking.
Yeah.
So the boys did, and some of these turned out quite interesting.
Yeah. I see Matt's here, of course. What's he making here? A pet draft excluder.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite pictures in the book, is Matt, now the celebrated presenter of The One Show, lying across a small draft excluder.
What we're going to make, as in this book, let's have a look. Shall we start at the very beginning?
Yeah, a very good place to start.
What was the first one? Thank you for that. Could be a song. What's the very first one you got in here?
It's divided up into helpful sections: craft, cookery, toys, games and Christmas. And apart from anything else, this book is not only a way to find things to make, which children have always liked to do, but oh boy, it's a trip down memory lane for those fashions when you look at what we had to wear.
Look at it, yeah.
The hairstyles, you feel like apologising, really. My favourite is the one that's on the cover, actually, the one with Val on the cover, a doorstop. And it's something to do with the text, which I presume is original, because these are all reproduced from original annuals over the years. So,
Brilliant
you're getting...
Great idea.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. The first line of this make is, have you ever wanted to keep a door open?
The answer's yes.
That's so sweet, isn't it? Have you ever wanted... And here is a doorstop made of a brick with a cat made of balls on top.
That's great.
Very well, it is great.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But of course, they are all achievable. That's the other thing. Not make it really
And you enjoyed
hard.
doing these sections,
I love
didn't
doing
you?
it because I used to do that stuff anyway. In fact, my favourite make in here is a farm set out of shoe boxes, because that is exactly the sort of thing I used to do when I was a child.
A farm set?
Farm set for your plastic farm animals.
Oh, so what you'd have, like the shed, and then you'd have the big barn
yes,
and everything, and make little doorways.
Yeah,
it doesn't get better than that. I'd make that. I would. I love that. Let's just talk about Blue Peter just very briefly, because what is it that we have loved? We've all grown up with Blue Peter, including us.
I think it's a combination of things. I think that first and foremost, it has stayed true to its actual audience, because it must be really tempting, mustn't it, with a programme that has been on air 60 years, that you're going to aim a little bit over the kids' heads sometimes, get a bit knowing. But the 8 to 12-year-olds are safe in Blue Peter's hands, because that's the only people the presenters are talking to, not the mums and dads sitting in the corner. And I suppose because it's a magazine programme, so there's a continual source of things that you can do, make, see, travel to. But the way that they approach it, certainly in my day, was exactly the same, was not as an expert. You just got in, you had a go. If you failed, okay, you failed on camera, but you just had a go. So you were like everyone's brother or sister. You weren't supposed to be really great at things.
It was like adults talking to kids as adults.
Exactly.
Probably for the first time as well.
Yeah,
And that was quite interesting when you watched it, I think, the dynamic.
Janet Ellis is with us, former Blue Peter presenter, and we're coming back with Janet in just a moment. Don't go away.
One half
Blue Peter presenter with the book Here's One I Made Earlier. So it's an interesting book. Who is the book for?
Do you know, when I got a copy of this book, I thought this is like a doorway into being a child again. Because it is innocent, but it's not knowingly innocent. You look closely at the pictures of all the presenters. Nobody is going, I wish I wasn't standing here holding this draft excluder. You know, everybody's really in the moment. Initially, when I looked at it, I thought, oh, this will be a lovely thing for people who remember Blue Peter fondly. And then I opened it, and you genuinely can do all the makes and cooking things in here. So kids would love it, as long as they don't mind looking at our faces from 30 years ago. And why should they? Because it is part of our history. And the programme being 60 years old is remarkable, really. But what's really good about this, you can still make this stuff. You might have thought in the intervening 30, 40 years that you would be very hard put to find, say, a washing up liquid bottle. You still can.
To that end, here we are, an unusual pencil case.
Yeah.
It's made out of a bottle of Fairy Liquid or Squeezy, whichever brand it might be. It's covered over, so I can't tell.
Of course it's covered over.
And what you do, you just basically cut the top off,
Yeah.
and then you've got a strip of cardboard.
This actually uses, you'll be thrilled to learn, sticky back plastic. Let's get that one out of the way.
Well, can you just very briefly tell us what we do?
Well, you cut the top off, you cover it with some sticky back plastic, and then you put your pencils in it.
It's done.
It's pretty simple, that
Okay.
one.
It's fair,
Some of
Janet.
them are more complicated.
Janet has some interesting ones in here. In the craft section, for example, Janet is making crazy cress heads. Now, I can't say I did this myself, but it's very interesting.
No, Crazy Crest Heads actually has some romantic association for me because it's the first make I ever did after I met my current husband. It's the first thing he saw me do, and our marriage has survived 30 years, so stop laughing.
No, we're not laughing at all. Anthea's made some stuff here.
Oh, well, she was Tracy Island,
She
of
was
course,
Tracy
so,
Island.
yeah.
I mean, that went off the scale, didn't
It
it?
really did. Anthea's got one, actually, that somebody offered a large amount of money to buy off her, and to her credit, she said no.
I've just, as you were talking, I've just had a look at John. John making a flying wing.
Yeah.
He was just a great guy, wasn't he?
Wasn't he, though? You know, I've
was
just
just
done this play in Edinburgh for the month of the festival about Blue Peter. And as part of the dramatic device, we had clips. And one of them was John Noakes climbing Nelson's column.
Yeah.
And of course, not only is that extraordinary and remarkable, but
Did it
he
for
is
real.
wearing flares and ordinary shoes.
I know, I've seen it. And the safety harness is just a rope tied
It's a
around
rope.
his middle.
But he's got a little scarf on. Like,
Yeah.
Any number of safety hazards there.
He has to climb out, doesn't he?
And
to
we
get-
had Pete Duncan cleaning the clock face of Big Ben, in which he literally climbed over the parapet without wearing a harness, sat in a little wooden bosun's chair, winched himself down, cleaned a bit. And of course, that's amazing. Next to him, the cameraman, similar, no safety harness, holding a camera, and then another cameraman astride the parapet,
Oh, my
300 feet
goodness.
up.
Oh,
and those
incredible.
cameras weighed a ton.
It's a different world.
It is a different
It
world.
was a different world. I wonder when health and safety caught up with Blue Peter. I mean, I guess it
Not
must
in
have
my
been-
day.
No, incredible, really. You've forged a great career for yourself because you can get kind of stuck in it, can't you?
Yeah, I had no plan, so I just said yes to everything in the hopes that by the time I got to any age at all, I was the only person they could think of. I think that's worked.
How's your daughter?
She is really good.
Yeah.
She did a fantastic concert at the Royal Festival Hall with an orchestra because she's made a song diaries, which is her greatest hits with an orchestra behind them, so new arrangements. And not only was it fantastic, and she sounded great, she is also 6 months pregnant and was wearing very high heels.
Yeah.
So my pride and my envy and my admiration just off the scale.
Like that new song as well. That new song's
Good one,
great,
isn't
isn't
it?
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. Here's one I made earlier. Classic Blue Peter Makes is out now in hardback and as an e-book. And it was Janet Ellis, MBE. Thank you very much. Janet Ellis, everybody. Yeah, good to see you again.
Love is you, your its smile. Love is you, your its child. You taught me what it is
is you, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, of course.
Oh, hey, ho! William Shakespeare here, the greatest playwright whatever lived. Apart from Arthur Miller, Eugene O'Neill, Chekhov and Ibsen, here's another one of my memes. Admit impediments, love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. And by the way, that ain't stain remover.
No.
Oh no, it's another fixed mark that looks on Tempest and is never shaken. Oh, I'm down with that. 10-10, we'll do it again, good buddy.
He's going.
You on the flip-flop, William Shakespeare out.
He's gone. I feel that he wanted to... 5 to 4, here's Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. M62 on the eastbound side. 10 for the M6, we've still got that breakdown, so one lane is still shut. M6 on the southbound side, 1918, Knutsford down to Holmes Chapel. There's a breakdown in the roadworks. One lane is closed there. And to the M1 heading north, 24 East Midlands Airport. That broken down lorry in the roadworks, that is still there. It's still closing one lane. The A47 between Norwich and Acle is still closed at North Birmingham, closed both ways, between South Walsham Road and Woodbastick Road. Then we've got to the M25. Now, the top of the M25 clockwise, 23 to 22, we've got queues from St Albans because of an accident at South Mims, which has just been cleared from the main carriageway. And then anti-clockwise, very slow, 9 to 8 at Reigate, following that earlier breakdown, which is now cleared. And then if you're heading on to the Dartford tunnels, we've got an accident at Junction 1A. There is still one lane shut there, so causing queues back past Junction 2. It is heavy, but you can get through. And then finally to the A21 at Lamberhurst, closed completely. There's an accident between the Scotney Castle roundabout and the A262 Forstall Farm roundabout, so closed both ways. Back with more, half an hour.
Oh, that was traffic news. And this is Cock Robin.
If I laid down my love to come to your defense, would you worry for me with the pain in your chest? Could I rely on your faith to be strong, to pick me back up and to push me along? Tell me you'll be there in my hour of need. You won't turn me away. Help me out of the life I lead. Remember the promise you made. Remember the promise you made. Promise you promise you promise.
Very cool, very moody. Cock Robin, The Promise You Made. And this is The Big Show. It's Steve Wright in the afternoon. Got sport coming up with Shoujo right after the news. There's Tim, light entertainer, Bobby on traffic, Adam on news. There's factoids and socials, and in the cuts we've got Johnny Depp. Oh, and some guests: Steve Perry, lead singer from Journey, and Al Murray. United Kingdom, across planet Earth, this is BBC Radio 2 online, on digital radio, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 4 o'clock. This is Adam Porter. A Grenfell Tower resident has been telling the public inquiry into the disaster how she became separated from her elderly father as they tried to escape from the burning building. He was later found to have died in the fire. Nadia Jafari told the inquest she lost contact with him as they tried to make their way out of the tower block. From the inquest, Tom Simons reports.
Trying to escape by lift, Nadia Jafari and her father Ali reached the 10th floor. The doors opened and they were surrounded by black choking smoke. She couldn't see or breathe. The doors then shut and the lift continued down. But at the bottom, her father wasn't there. She said she wanted to go back up to search for him, but was prevented first by a locked door and then by the police. Ali Jafari's body was recovered afterwards. Miss Jafari said no one deserved to die in that way.
An 85-year-old former doctor in Spain has been found guilty of stealing a child and selling it to an infertile couple. Campaigners believe Eduardo Vela was responsible for the removal of hundreds of children during the Franco dictatorship. But today, Vela was released because of the time it took to bring the case to court. The government has been urged to strengthen the UK's climate targets after the publication of a United Nations report calling for decisive action to limit rising temperatures. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change wants a steep reduction in carbon emissions. Corinne Lequere, a climate specialist at the University of East Anglia, believes the next big step must be tackling CO2 emissions in the transport sector.
First, encouraging and promoting walking and cycling in cities is a no-brainer, but for cars, stretching the targets for car transport, providing incentive to encourage and deploy electric cars, so charging points, and bringing forward the ban on petrol cars.
France and Italy have sent ships to help contain an oil spill spreading in the Mediterranean after two freighters collided off Corsica. The accident, which happened on Sunday, has left a slick more than 12 miles long. The Nobel Economics Prize has been awarded to two Americans, William Nordhaus and Paul Romer. They were recognised for their work on how economic growth can be adapted to focus on environmental issues. After the prize was announced, Mr. Romer said there was no limit to what mankind could achieve.
I hope the prize today could help everyone see that humans are capable of amazing accomplishments. And if we set about making the policy changes that are required here, we can absolutely make substantial progress towards protecting the environment.
The new V&A Dundee has welcomed its 100,000th visitor less than a month after it opened. The museum is part of the city's £1 billion waterfront regeneration project. BBC News at 3 minutes past 4, our next at 5.
Thanks, Adam. Sport now, Shoujo Saka.
Good afternoon. Wales forward Gareth Bale and England striker Harry Kane are among the nominees for this year's Ballon d'Or award, the prize for the best footballer of the year. Manchester City's Sergio Aguero and Kevin De Bruyne are also contenders, as are the Liverpool keeper Alisson and forward Roberto Firmino. Chelsea's Eden Hazard and N'Golo Kante too have made that long list of 30 names. The Denmark coach Arge Harada, meanwhile, says Tottenham midfielder Christian Eriksen may have a chronic stomach injury and is unlikely unlikely to feature for his country this Saturday against Ireland. Eriksen's not played for Spurs since the 22nd of September. The former Australia opener Matthew Hayden has fractured a bone in his neck and damaged ligaments while surfing. The 46-year-old posted a photo of himself on Instagram with head injuries and in a neck brace, saying that he dodged a bullet. And Lewis Hamilton says he wishes the Formula One title race was closer. The British driver leads Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel by 67 points after winning the Japanese Grand Prix over the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Steve Wright in the afternoon. BBC Radio
2. Somebody's gonna hurt someone before the night is through. Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can do. Everybody wants to touch somebody. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance, make it come out right. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Lord, I know. Some people like to stay out late. Some folks can't hold out that long. But nobody wants to go home now. There's too much going on. This night is gonna last forever. Last all summer long. Sometime before the sun comes up, the radio is gonna play that song. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Lord, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight. The moon's shining bright, so turn up the light and we'll get it right. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Somebody's gonna hurt someone, somebody, before the night is through. Somebody's gonna come undone. There's nothing we can do. Everybody wants to touch somebody. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance and make it come out right. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. There's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know. Let's go. We can beat around the bushes, we can get down to the bone, we can leave it in the parking lot, but either way, there's gonna be a heartache tonight, a heartache tonight, I know.
In this hour, we'll talk to the lead singer from Journey, Steve Perry, and also Al Murray. He's asking the question, why does everybody hate the English? Well, I'm sure that's not true.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
happens to you. Don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, bring me down, can't none bring me down. Your love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down.
You can email us for a shout out. It's steve.wright at bbc.co.uk. Text 88291 and tweet us at BBC Radio 2. Hey Steve, Pete and Maz on their way home after 3 fab weeks on France. Just thank Pete for doing a great job driving and guiding me around the palaces and towns. Oh, wow. A shame about the blisters on my feet. Yeah, I know that's the only thing, isn't it? Oi, Righty, can you give me a shout-out as I've just burnt the fish fingers? That's Stephen Eastbourne. Just be careful.
Feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
Got showbiz for you soon.
Get ready, Sarah Cox. So we're going to his 40th on Saturday night for a lovely friend of ours. Terrible news today. It's not at his house. It's in a club. Hello? I can't remember the last time I was in a club. There'll be nowhere to sit down, will there? Will there be any snacks? Is it going to be that thing when they'll play 3 seconds of a song and then they'll go, rewind, pull up, rewind and start again? Jeanette says, I was last in a club in 1993 and I couldn't hear for 2 days for the ringing in my ears. Don't do it, she said.
Monday to Thursday nights from 10.
You're mine, until midnight.
In the socials, hashtag Libraries Week is trending on Twitter. Dawn tweets, take a moment during hashtag Libraries Week to think back on all the libraries that had a part in making you a lifelong reader. Every single one of those libraries was special because library workers made it so. And Emma tweets, my mum made me love libraries, a librarian and a book lover. She gave me a great gift. Hashtag Libraries Week. On Google, people are talking about Eurovision winner Netta, who's confirmed that she'll be playing a gig in London this November. As you heard earlier, Only Fools and Horses, the musical, is coming to the West End at the Theatre Royal Haymarket in February. It's co-written by Paul Whitehouse, who'll also star as Grandad, with actors Tom Bennett and Ryan Hutton playing Del Boy and Rodney. The musical will combine well-known scenes from the original TV shows along with brand new material. I know what you're thinking. And features 20 new tunes, which were composed by the late Chaz Hodges from Chaz and Dave. Jodie Whittaker's first episode as the new Doctor is the show's biggest series launch in over 10 years, beating Peter Capaldi, Matt Smith and David Tennant. Around 8.2 million watched her debut, which should rise once iPlayer figures are added, and reviews are almost all positive. Social media comments range from a breath of fresh air to this is everything the show was ever meant to be, and Jodie has nailed it in her first attempt. Now, Johnny Depp was at the Zurich Film Festival for the premiere of his movie. It's called Richard Says Goodbye, and Johnny was absolutely blown away by all the people who turned up to see him.
Suddenly unexpected and so warm. They're all very, very kind. To come here and support myself and the film in this way is it's above and beyond anything I could have imagined. I'm incredibly thankful.
Johnny Depp. Over in Hollywood, it was the premiere of the new HBO film My Dinner with Hervé, or Hervé Villechaize, that would be, who's best known for his role as Knick-Knack in The Man with the Golden Gun. This new drama series stars Jamie Dornan, and it's based around an interview that Sacha Gervais did with Hervé back in 1993. Jamie's pleased it's finally happened.
For Sacha alone, it's so great. He made a promise to Hervé 25 years ago, and here we are telling his story, and I think Hervé would have loved this because he loved it all, so I'm glad we've got to make it.
And the brilliant Rob Delaney was on with Lauren Laverne over on Six Music earlier. Rob's the new host of Stand Up Central on Comedy Central, and he says he took the job because he loves a challenge.
Like, I love to do festivals, like the louder, the weirder, the rainier. I swear, I really enjoy that. Or like a weird corporate gig, because people are like, ugh, when you go on stage, and then you have to win them over. Those are the best. I love those gigs.
I love us girls. We're in and out of love, we're vulnerable, but we'll tell you that we're tough. Some of these guys never think that they get caught, think that we're blind, but they're forgetting that we talk. If he never calls when he says he will, if he always tells you to keep it chill, if you see him out with another girl, baby, then you know he was never real. If he never wants you to meet his friends, if he ain't tagging you on the gram, take your heart and turn around while you still can. And tell him, I got somewhere else to be. And I don't lose my head for nobody. Yeah, if you have to question, is he loyal to me? Well, then he's probably not, and you should probably leave. Says he's online, but he told you he's asleep. You stay inside, like he never wants you to be seen. Ain't got a job, no. Says he models on the side, swears you're the one. Oh, but he's not the label type. If he never calls when he says he will, if he always tells you to keep it chill, if you see him out with another girl, baby, then you know he was never real. Hope you never let those pictures send. He'll only go shoot them to his friends. Take your heart and turn around while you still can. And tell him, I got somewhere else to be. And I don't lose my head for nobody. Yeah, if you have to question, is he loyal to me? Well, then he's probably not, and you should probably leave. Yeah,
Loyal to me.
They're not loyal to me.
It's 4:18 almost, and after Lost in Japan, I think I'm going to bring on Al Murray.
All it takes is one flight. We'd be in the same time zone. Looking through your timeline, seeing all the rainbows. I got an idea, and I know that it sounds crazy. I just wanna see you. Oh, I gotta ask, do you got plans tonight? I'm a couple 100 miles from Japan, and I was thinking I could fly to your hotel tonight. 'Cause I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. Feel the tension. We could cut it with a knife. I know it's more than just a friendship. I can hear you think I'm right, yeah. Do I gotta convince you that you shouldn't fall asleep? It'll only be a couple hours, and I'm about to leave. Do you got plans tonight? I'm a couple 100 miles from Japan, and I was thinking I could fly to your hotel tonight. 'Cause I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. 100 miles from Japan, and I was thinking I could fly to your hotel tonight. 'Cause I can't get you off my mind. I can't get you off my mind till you got plans tonight, baby. I was hoping I could get lost in your paradise. The only thing I'm thinking about is you and I can't get you off my mind. Can't get you off my mind. I can't seem to get you off my mind. Yeah. Let's get lost.
Shout out to Josh and Emily and Simon and Paddy, all working from home today, enjoying the songs. And Steve, we've been driving after leaving Birmingham for Newquay, and after an hour's travel, I realised I forgot my dresses, and hubby, oh, sorry, you didn't forget him, hubby had to drive back, oh dear, on his birthday too. Hope you sorted out. Thank you very much, Annie. Now, who we got after this? Hang on, go
Nice to meet you, Danny. What's your job title, Danny? Tell us.
I'm a tax accountant.
Tax accountant! They say, don't they? They say that ignorance leads to hatred, don't they? Well, in this occasion, it's knowledge, isn't it? Now we know what you do. We don't know you, do we, pal? Let's hear it for the beer! All hail to the ale! And welcome the wine for the ladies. Good evening. Hey, look at you, beautiful. What a beautiful British audience and beautiful British people.
Beautiful.
Look at this front row. Does it get any better than this, hey? Yeah, the lad on the end with the training shoes and a hoodie top on there. What's your name, son?
Doug.
Doug! Beautiful British name. So what do you do, Doug? Post offices, mainly?
The real Al Murray after this.
You ready to go crazy right here?
Nashville, Tennessee is where hundreds of musicians gather for one of the world's biggest annual festivals. And it's all country.
Morgan Evans.
I'll be joined by some of the artists who took the stage at this year's CMA Music Fest. And we'll be looking back on all 4 days at the Music City Capital with a selection of highlights and live sets. Bringing you a taste of today's country.
The CMA Music Festival with Morgan Evans.
Join me this Thursday night from 9 on BBC Radio 2.
This is it, isn't it? French, the English, ancient rivals. Mm-hmm. We're in competition with each other, aren't we?
But I think we're not so much rivals anymore.
Really?
I think it's old history.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no debate anymore.
Yeah.
We are better than you.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Al Murray is here, and it's the other Al Murray with us today.
Yes, it's the real me, not the fictional me.
I don't know what to make of that, Al. I don't really know what you're talking about.
Well, it's not your problem, it's mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Our friend Al Murray splits his time between his alter ego of the pub landlord and other slightly more serious work. So we're on the serious work. Well, not too serious. Although, judging by the title of this thing that he's doing, Why Does Everyone Hate the English? It could actually be quite serious. And by the way, sometimes Al sits here in my seat, don't you?
Yeah, I do, I know. It's nice to be back in this studio, but on the receiving end.
Yeah. You're a good interviewer, though. You like interviewing, don't you?
I do really like it, yeah. You get your notes, you read them,
yeah,
and then you try and throw them away.
You throw them away immediately, yeah. From tonight, you can see Al doing something a bit more on the serious side as he starts a new series on the History Channel. It's called Why Does Everyone Hate the English? It's a 5-parter, and in it, Al, as himself Al, looks back at the battles, riots and revolutions which mean that relations between England and its closest neighbours, that's Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, France, almost like routine, isn't it, aren't as good as they could be. We said to Al, just as he came in, we said, well, it's got to be about the battles, obviously, that we've fought over the years, including the Empire.
The thing is, this is a funny show. There were 2 shows we could have made here. We could have made a really hair shirt piece of television where I went around being embarrassed.
Right.
Every single place I went with people going, I said to you that was not acceptable. Right?
Yeah.
And then, you English are disgusting. It could have been that, but it actually turned into a thing where we tried to look at some of the serious stuff seriously, but there's some of the ridiculous stuff. I mean, if you're still annoyed about William Wallace 700 years after the event, right? Have a word with yourself.
Yeah, there's something up, isn't
Yeah,
it?
there's something up. But there's some other stuff where you really have to think, crikey, the English do have a lot to answer for here.
Yeah.
But, again, it wasn't me, and a lot of it was a long time ago. That's what I went around saying. Basically, I went to all these 5 countries going, look, it wasn't me, and it was a long time ago. In each country as well, we found a different kind of texture to it. So, for instance, in Scotland, a lot of it was kind of banter, to be honest. It was that kind of Scottish-English banter. It comes from the Scottish, right?
Yeah.
Much more. In Wales, there was stuff about the Welsh language not being taken seriously that actually, when we got into the history of that, you kind of thought, yeah, I can see why that would suck, really. I met this woman whose parents were protesters for the Welsh language, who basically said, you want us to pay our tax, send us a bill in Welsh. And you kind of think, that's fair enough.
It is fair enough.
Because if a government wants money off you, but says the language you speak to your kids at home isn't good enough, that government can stick it, as far as I'm concerned. So it was different things in different places.
So you do meet up with comedians in these places,
Oh, yeah,
don't
so
you?
in each country...
there is a lot of funny banter.
Yeah, in each country, it's a different comedian from that country to sort of guide me through and make sure...
fantastic idea.
Yeah, make sure I don't say anything that gets me killed. We had Ellis James in Wales, who's a passionate Welshman and a Welsh speaker and extremely touchy on the subject. You just have to give him a gentle nudge and off he goes. So a thing like the issue of the Prince of Wales, who, of course, doesn't even live in Wales and isn't Welsh.
He's off.
He's off, and that's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we had Fred Macaulay in Scotland. A fella called Andrew Maxwell in Ireland, who's an Irish Methodist, so sits in a kind of peculiar space in Dublin and an understanding of Southern Irish politics. And then Henning Vane in Germany. Who your listeners will...
Whenever I've seen him, and I've met him a couple of times, thinking, character or for real?
No, he's for real, all right.
I understand that there's a tour coming up with your alter ego, Al Murray, and I'd just like to mention that if you'll allow me.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
okay.
Why not? Yeah.
I will then. Al Murray presents the 12 Days of Christmas. That's Tuesday 11th to Sunday 16th of December, obviously, and Tuesday 18th to Sunday 23rd at the Leicester Square Theatre in London. And then, of course, so that's for Christmas, that's lovely and smashing. And then we've got...
This is the best.
Yeah, this is great. Landlord Hope and Glory UK Tour 2019.
Yes.
Landlord Hope and Hope and Glory. I know, that's what I said. May the 8th, Civic Theatre in Chelmsford, and then I won't do all the dates, but
we go all over the place.
Wrexham, Bedworth, St Albans, Halifax, Skeggy, Salford, Cambridge, Stafford. That's in May, and then June we got Motherwell, Cardiff, Oxford. There are many other places, and it goes through to June and July. So he tours for most of the year next year, right?
Yeah, he's out for a big chunk of next year. I'll be honest with you, though, I haven't written it yet.
Really? Well, no, it's difficult, isn't it?
It's quite difficult. There's something happening during the spring, I think, that may well colour some of the stuff I have to write.
March.
Did it give Al...
March 30th, maybe?
Can I ask, did it give Al any problems?
No, not really. I thought it kind of might, but actually it's been a really, really great subject to get stuck into, and it's been a really interesting thing that the pub landlord has been into for a very long time.
Yes.
And that didn't used to be centre stage. It was a thing he could be on about, and it wasn't the main thing that everyone else was forced to talk about.
But also, every comedian that's been in here said, I don't want to alienate the room.
Oh, I've never really bothered.
That's exactly.
You've seen the way I treat my front row. We are an alien nation.
But it's interesting times, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. And, it's that supposed Chinese curse, isn't it? May you live in interesting times. It is interesting times. But you know what? It means there's stuff to talk about. There's stuff everyone has got an opinion on as well, which is really interesting, because Dennis Norden, when he passed quite recently, he said when he started working with Frank Muir after the war, everyone had one subject. They all knew the same stuff. They all understood the same things because they'd all been through this big experience. So I'm hoping Brexit will offer that to comedians.
Well, it has already, hasn't it?
Well, it is. It's doing exactly that. I mean, we're going to be talking about this for another 10 years, which I'm sure some people are thrilled at the prospect of, and others aren't. Comics, in lots of ways, they're like those people who have to write opinion columns. You want stuff to happen so you can write stuff about it, so you can have a subject.
Why Does Everyone Hate the English? Presented by Al Murray. It starts tonight on the History Channel at 9 p.m. and you can see the pub landlord live in December and then on tour from May next year. And really good to see you. We love you, you know that. And good luck. And we'll see you next time, Al. Al Murray, everybody.
Thank you. Why does everyone hate the English? Why does everyone hate the English?
It's not true.
Why does everyone hate the English? You can read it in all so many ways.
Don't you miss
Biscardi and Moira Demos, the documentary filmmakers behind Netflix true crime series Making a Murderer, along with Joe and Simon at 5 o'clock. Also Confession, Life Hacks, etc. Karis Matthews Blues Show at 8, Jules Holland at 9, Sarah Cox at 10, OJ Borge back at midnight. Yes. And look, it's Bobby.
Thank you, Steve. First of all, to the M1 on the northbound side. That broken down line at 24, which is East Midlands Airport, has now moved. Still a little bit slow through the roadworks. The M6 on the southbound side. Now, in the roadworks, 19 to 18, so Knutsford to Holmes Chapel. In that speed restriction, we've still got one broken down vehicle, so heavy traffic through there. The M56 eastbound, 12 to 11, Runcorn to Preston Brook. We've got a breakdown there in the roadworks, and one lane is shut. To the M6 a little bit further down, 12 to 13 at Stafford South, up to from Gailey, there was a breakdown there. All lanes are now open, still a little bit slow, but not too bad. And the A47 is still shut. Closed between Norwich and Acle at North Birmingham. The closure's in with an accident between the South Walsham Road and the Woodbastic Road. So that's still closed in both directions. There's a little local diversion which is now really starting to build up because it's been closed for almost an hour now. The M25, a little bit of slow traffic. It's actually got easier. If you're heading from 15 the M4 to the M40, it's slow there. Across the top is busy from 22 to 24 in patches following an earlier accident which is now moving through, and that accident's gone. Anti-clockwise, a little bit of traffic, 12 to 11 starting to build to Chertsey, slow into the Dartford tunnels following the earlier accident at junction 1A which is now being cleared. And then to the A226 in Gravesend, the Rochester Road eastbound, there was an accident just near to the primary school. You can just squeeze past it, but if you're heading towards Chatham, just be aware there's a couple of miles of slow moving traffic through there and local routes are kind of congested because of it, but you can get through. That's the good news. And the M4 finally eastbound, 10, which is the Wokingham turn, to 8-9, which is Maidenhead. We've got a breakdown on the eastbound side. So if you're heading towards London, one lane is shut. Back with more, 25 minutes.
Take it to Popster.
Hi, this is Jezza from the Lunchtime Show. Yeah, that's right, you know me. There's huge confusion on the contact website. It's I've-bought-2-redsetters.co.uk. Give those mutts a bone. At I had too many, threw up in a cab. They cleaned it up with sawdust. Not me, but Thomas Edison. It was a light bulb moment, you idiot. .co.uk. Now I'm at uni, I can do joined up writing. Group hug.
Come on.
People always talk about all the things they're wrong about. Write it on a piece of paper. Got a feeling I'll see you later. There's something about this. Let's keep it moving. And if it's good, let's just get something cooking. 'Cause I really wanna rock with you. I'm feeling some connection to the things you do. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. 'Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. You just make me wanna play. Baby, take a look around. Everybody's getting down. Deal with all the problems later. Bad boys on their best behavior. There's something about you. Let's keep it moving. And if it's good, let's just get something cooking. 'Cause I really wanna rock with you. I'm feeling some connection to the things you do. I don't know what it is that makes me feel like this. I don't know who you are, but you must be some kind of superstar. 'Cause you got all eyes on you no matter where you are. You just make me wanna play. I like the way you're moving. I just get into the groove and then you just make me wanna play. If you just put pen to paper, got that feeling, I'll see you later. Make your move. Can't we get a little closer? You rock it just like you're supposed to. Hey, boy, I ain't got nothing more to say.
and Superstar. Look out. Here comes the power ballad voice. Steve Perry.
What your love means to me, open arms. Street lights, people, living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlight people. Don't stop. One love feeds the fire. One heart burns desire. One love who's crying now. Two hearts born to run. Who'll be the lonely one? One love who's crying now.
We got Steve Perry here. Before we talk to Steve, Steve comes into the studio and he starts talking about the microphones. And I'm thinking, of course, because he's used microphones in studios for decades.
Not only is he talking about them, he knows exactly what they are, the reference
That
numbers.
could be an RE20.
And then we start talking about my headphones. What are they?
They're taped, is what they are.
yeah, gaffer taped up, yeah. But they're just right for me. Steve Perry is a singer-songwriter with one of the most distinctive voices in rock music history and was even nicknamed The Voice by Bon Jovi. Steve was, of course, the lead singer with Journey from 1977 to 1987 and then again from 1995 to 1998. And it's his voice on hits including Don't Stop Believing, Who's Crying Now, Open Arms, Faithfully, Lights, and so many more. Now, we're going to talk about the new album in just a second, if we may. But there we are, you're in Journey. It's the era of the power ballad. I call them LA hits.
It had to be grand and enormous.
Yeah, it was absolutely massive. So you found yourself riding this incredible wave for lots and lots of years. Did you enjoy every moment?
It was a dream come true, really. Here I come from a small agricultural town of Hanford, California as a child. Do you know, at one point, I was going to be a DJ.
Really?
There was what we call a non-directional station that had a license to do sun up to sundown in California only. They couldn't broadcast at night. And they were in a trailer close to my house. So I used to go to this station and hang out because I knew the music business wasn't far back from that.
Wow. So you couldn't have done a late show on there? No broadcasting at night, everybody. It's unbelievable.
But that became a dream come true that I just wanted to get in the business. And then I was so fortunate that my demo landed into the hands of Don Ellis at Columbia Records. And he called me. And the next thing I know, I was in Denver, Colorado. And they had just finished opening for Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Journey of that era incarnation. And I wrote my first song with Neil called Patiently that night.
Wow. And they changed slightly, didn't they, once you joined the band? But were you aware of the size of your success with the arenas and the record sales? I mean, it was phenomenal.
I think it was too massive and moving too quick to be completely aware of it. I had too many demands of the moment to keep up with to really be as aware of it as I am now.
Okay, Steve's just released this first solo album in 24 years. It's called Traces, and it's a really personal and honest album because after you left Journey, you stepped away from the industry completely. You didn't sing and hardly listen to music.
No. Well, I started hanging around with Patty Jenkins, and she was working on a TV show called Five about a woman who had breast cancer. And in this one particular scene, because I sort of got into editing, it was one of my passions, the camera's panning left to right, and all of a sudden it crosses this person, and I told Patty, "Wait, stop, who's that?" She said, "Well, that's Kelly Nash. She's a PhD psychologist who actually has survived breast cancer." I said, "Well, do you have her email?" And she looked at me funny because she knows I don't do that. She said, "Well, there's something I should tell you first." She was in remission, but it came back, and it's in her bones, and it's in her lungs, and she's fighting for her life. I'd already walked away from the band. I'd lost my mother, my father, my relatives. I'm an only child. Enough already. I want to just keep moving forward, out of the pain zone if I can. Anyway, I said, send the email. So she did. And I sat in pins and needles for 2 weeks. Eventually, she got back to me, and we had dinner, and we were inseparable.
You were together for how long?
A year and a half, and then I lost her to the battle. That it came back.
And she kind of made you promise that you would get back into it, because you'd kind of been not out there at all.
I was not writing music, was not singing.
Right.
So this is a promise talking to you right now.
So now is the time, right?
Yeah.
So are you going to get fully back into it, as it were? I mean,
I'm sure trying to do that.
Right.
You're part of that right now.
Well, I don't think you're going to have much trouble, to be honest with you. So the album, how much of the album is inspired by her?
Well, I would say that this album has a couple of very emotional songs about profound loss. The whole record's happy, too.
Yeah.
There's songs like No Erasing, We're Still Here. There's just some great, broad, large, encompassing songs on the record. Sunshine's Gray, rock songs, things like that.
Yeah.
Easy to Love. But there is a couple of songs. One is In the Rain, is directly a song about her.
Okay, listen, I'm going to play 2 tracks from the new album. There's so many that I like. You see, I'll mark them up here. We're Still Here, I'm going to play, if that's all right.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I really like that. And I think I might play In the Rain as well. The album is just great. So what will be the next stage? You're promoting this album, and then will you tour?
We're talking about that. Would I love to get in front of people? I missed it terribly. When I performed with the Eels a few years ago, back in 2014, it gave me a little bit of the flavor of being in front of people. Was something I forgot.
You've got to find a big shirt, though, haven't you, and leather trousers?
Yeah. Spandex.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have seen you wear them just once.
Can we just not talk about that right
all right, we won't talk about that. Steve Perry's new album, Traces, is out now, and really good to see you. We'll see you again, Steve. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Steve Perry, everybody.
Same old choices again. Like so many tears in the rain, will I remember your name? Your hearts reach fearlessly in the night. We're still here, the shadows falling, the night is calling again. We're still here, when love is running, the night is calling again. Sister to sister, we're all together. We are here, we're always together. I wish you were here tonight, sitting here beside me. I wish you were here tonight. Instead, you got me, even though you're gone. I wish you could see tonight all those faces chasing shadows now. Here in the dark, am I losing you again? All hope was lost once before. Now I'm just a dreamer, lost in you. I
Steve Perry. Thank you, Steve. That's a lovely song, that. Here's another lovely song, and it's brand new. Unbelievably, it is the aforementioned new single from Barbra Streisand called Don't Lie to Me.
Why can't you just tell me the truth? Hard to believe the things you say. Why can't you feel the tears I cry today, cry today, cry today? How do you win if we all lose? You change the facts to justify. Your lips move, but your words get in the way, in the way, in the way. Kings and queens, crooks and thieves, you don't see the forest for the trees. Head and heart on our knees, you can't see what we all see. How do you sleep when the world keeps turning? All that we built has come undone. How do you sleep when the world is burning? Everyone answers to someone. Don't lie to me, don't lie to me, you lie to me. Don't lie to me, don't lie to me, you lie to me. You can build towers of bronze and gold. You can paint castles in the sky. You can use smoke and mirrors, old cliches. Not today, not today. Kings and queens, crooks and thieves, you don't see the forest for the trees. Hand on heart, down on knees, you can see what everyone sees. How do you sleep when the world keeps turning? All that we built has come undone. How do you sleep when the world is burning? Everyone answers to someone. Don't lie to me, don't lie to me, you lie to me. Don't lie to me, don't lie to me, you lie to me. Can't you see I'm crying? Can't you see we're crying? Where's the new horizon? Where's the new horizon? How do you sleep? How do you sleep? How do you sleep? How do you sleep? Enough is enough.
Don't Lie to Me, Barbra Streisand. Steve, love listening to your show online whilst at my desk here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I know that city quite well. I've got friends there. However, you are now Steve Wright in the morning for me. That's Tim Riley there. Okay, you've got 9 minutes to midday in Atlanta, 9 minutes to 5 in the UK. Next time I go to Atlanta, I think I'm going to see if I can go and see that soccer team they've got there now. Yeah, they've got a soccer team there now. Okay, what should we do next? What about Clean Bandit?
I never meant to leave you hurting. I never meant to do the worst thing. Not to you. 'Cause every time I read your message, I wish I wasn't one of your exes. No, I'm the fool. Since you've been gone, been dancing on my own. This boy's up in my zone, but they can't turn me on. 'Cause baby, you're the only one I'm coming for. I can't take no more, no more, no more. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. Cry, 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 but I like to party. Touch, 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 but I got nobody here on my own. I wanna but I'm broken hearted. Cry, 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 since the day we parted. Touch, 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 but I got nobody, so I do it so.
so long.
Demi Lovato and Clean Bandit solo. Coming around 5 to 5. News from the net. Contactmusic.net says Eddie Marson has signed up to star in Fast and Furious spin-off. BelfastTelegraph.co.uk says Bradley Cooper hints at Glastonbury return. Uncut.co.uk. David Bowie early years documentary coming to BBC Two next year. Now you're up to date.
Joe Wiley and Simon Mayo.
We're here until 8 o'clock.
No, I think we should be on till 10.
Do you really?
Get some pizzas in.
Weekdays from 5.
If you have an outfit and realise too late you need control pants on your belly, what are they?
I don't know. I've never heard of them and I've never worn them.
I wasn't suggesting that you had, to be honest.
They're just
Yes, you were.
big, tight Bridget Jones pants. All they are. They squeeze it all in. They hold it there. Quite painful to wear.
Just turn your biggest knickers around.
Where do we
and
get
wear
them?
Backwards, because the bum is always bigger than the front.
That is immaculate
Any
advice.
Joe and Simon.
Weekdays from 5.
BBC Radio 2.
I was reading about vibrating pants the other day.
BBC Radio 2.
Oh dear. No thanks. Here's Bobby.
And just in time, the M9 northbound to Junction 6, which is the Grangemouth Earlsgate roundabout. We've got one lane blocked. There's an accident at Junction 6, so you can get through, waiting for emergency services to arrive, so take care. They may have to hold the traffic. Hasn't happened yet, though. The M6 heading south through the roadworks 19 to 18, down towards Holmes Chapel. We've still got one lane shut with that breakdown. I think there may have been a second one because it's taken a long time to clear the first one. But you've got heavy traffic if you're coming off the A556. The M42 on the northbound side, 6 to 7 up towards the M6 at Coles Hill. We've got 2 lanes closed with an accident. The queues are back to Junction 5 at Solihull. M6 toll between T4 and T5. So on the northbound route at Wall Island and Lichfield, you've got a breakdown there. Traffic's going really well, though. A47 Norwich to Acle is still blocked at North Birmingham. The blockage is in between South Walsham Road and the Woodbastic Road. And then to the A34 northbound. Thanks for your calls on this. Accident at the A420, the Botley interchange. We've got an accident as you come on to the A34, so one lane is shut on the main carriageway. And then finally to the A21 at Lamberhurst, closed completely between Scotney Castle roundabout and the A262 at Forstall Farm roundabout, still both ways. Back with more, half an hour, Joe and Simon.
They were to help you lose weight. They were for men.
That makes me try, sweet little mystery that makes me try. It makes me try. Sweet little mystery that makes me try. It makes me try.
Oh, that was a great hit. Sweet Little Mystery. That's what the Wets.
Don't think it is dirty. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, we're out of here. Coming back tomorrow, though.
Radio 2.
Simon and Joe to follow the news. Tomorrow we've got Harry Connick Jr. on. Also, let's have a look. I think we've got Adrian Lester on tomorrow. I love him. And also Scarlett Curtis, top author. Good evening.